Hey guys, it's Reagan, and today I'm going to be filming the Bookish Academy Awards tag, and this was created by Kayla at Bookadoodles. I don't know what I'm doing, and she tagged me, and this has to be probably one of the coolest tags ever. I don't think you know this about me because it hasn't really come up in any of our conversations per se, but I love the Academy Awards. I'm kind of obsessed. I watch all the movies, I make predictions, so this is like the book version of that, and yes. So basically, Kayla just rewrote all the categories for the Academy Awards and made them book related. And personally, I tried to pick a different book for each category to avoid repetition and because and to give you guys maybe more book recommendations. And all the books I'm picking I either read in the year 2013 or the very beginning of 2014. So let's get started, shall we? Yes. Okay. So the first category is Best Actor, which has been turned into Best Male Protagonist, and for this I picked Tabby from the Furies of Calderon or the Codex Alera series. I love Tabby. I love Tabby so much. He is such a boss, and the character arc that he experienced from book 1 to book 6 can't be ignored. It was beautiful. It was beautiful, and Tabby is my home slice home boy. Wow, it's just one of those days, isn't it? Just really, really love Tabby, and I loved watching him grow throughout the whole book series, and I just think he's a super awesome character. Next category is Best Actress or Best Female Protagonist, and for this I picked Selena Sewardothian from the Throne of Glass series. Selena has to be one of my all-time favorite heroines. She's just a kick-ass female. I mean, she's a boss, to put it simply, and I absolutely love her, and I cannot wait to continue to read through her perspective for another 4 books. Holla. Next category is Best Cinematography, which has been rewritten into Best Plot Twist, and for this I picked More Than This by Patrick Ness. Obviously I'm not going to tell you the plot twist because that kind of defeats the purpose of a plot twist, but I will say what Patrick Ness did in this book I obviously didn't see coming, seeing as that won this category, and this cover. The next category is Best Costume Design, which has been turned into Best Book Cover, and for this one I picked Siege and Storm, but also Shadow and Bone. I love these book covers. I love the illustration, and plus I'm a sucker for anything that kind of hints at Russian heritage. You can kind of see the building on the cover is kind of reminiscent to St. Basil's Cathedral, and I just love the coloring and I love how they look together. So yes, these books are beautiful, and I can't wait for the cover reveal for the 3rd one. Yep. The next category is Best Supporting Actress and Actor or Best Male and Female Sidekick Characters in Books. So my best male sidekick book is Tam Lin from the House of the Scorpion. I loved his character. He's such an awesome mentor and moral guidance counselor essentially in this book. And I just really, really enjoyed him. In fact, I would love a whole freaking book on just his backstory because I think it would be really, really interesting. And my best supporting actress or female sidekick character is Reagan from Fangirl. And it's not just because she has the same name as me, though that did help her just a little bit. I just really liked her interactions with Kath in Rainbow Rowell's Fangirl. I just thought she was hilarious and wonderfully abrasive and just really funny, and I just really enjoyed her character in that book. The next category is Best Original Screenplay, which has been transformed into Most Creative World or Plot, and for this I picked The Final Empire or the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson. I thought this world was so well crafted and just so beautifully spun and just so unique. I love it to pieces. I love it, and I did, yep. The next category is Best Adapted Screenplay, which has been turned into Best Book to Movie Adaptation, and I think I'm gonna be the only one in the entire realm not to pick Catching Fire for this, but please don't get me wrong, Catching Fire is one true love. I loved that movie. I thought it was perfection, and Jennifer Lawrence is an obsession of mine, but I have to pick The Book Thief for this one because The Book Thief is my, like, one of my favorite books, if not my most favorite book, and the movie The Book Thief was beautiful and subtle, and the storytelling was wonderful, and the characters were lovely, and it just has, it's gonna have a special place in my heart next to the book The Book Thief forever, and I have to pick it because honestly it was a beautifully done movie and I was so pleased with it. The next category is Best Animated Feature, and then this has been turned into a book that would make a really good animated feature essentially, and for this I picked The Arithmetist by Brandon Sanderson, and in fact while I was reading this I almost was animated in my mind. Just the world and just the creative aspects of the world was so, it just felt kind of like a Miyazaki film in a lot of ways, or even just sort of like a anime cartoon sort of thing. I could just so easily see it set in that sort of world, just as, you know, instead of real people. I'm not articulating this very well, but I just think The Arithmetist would be a wonderful animated movie. The next category is Best Director, and that is turned into, that is going to be like your favorite writer that you've discovered for the first time this year, and for me that is going to be Brandon Sanderson. I've loved everything that I've read of his world building and just the richness of his characters and his surroundings. Just honestly, I can't get enough, and my goal is to slowly acquire all of his books, and I'm well on my way. That's for sure. The next category is Best Visual Effects or Best Action, and for this one I am picking The Captain's Fury, which is book 4 of the Codex Alera. I realize that's very specific, but this book was kind of the start of the end game for the series in terms of action-wise, and I just really liked the action in this book, just in the action in the series overall. It's very strategic and very well explained and not just kind of like chaos. It's there's a lot of military strategy involved, and I just really like well explained combat, so I can kind of visualize it better in my head instead of it just being like people running around slashing each other with swords or superpowers or whatever it is nowadays. The next category is Best Musical Score, and this has been turned into Best Book to Movie Adaptation Soundtrack, and for this I'm picking the Catching Fire soundtrack. I love that soundtrack. I mean, the artists that appear on that are amazing. Coldplay, Imagine Dragons, the Lumineers. I mean, like, it is top notch. Like, that's some good soundtrack. Next category is Best Short Film, which has been turned into Best Novella, and for this I am picking In Time by Alexander Bracken. Last year I did not read very many novellas. In fact, I only think I read like 3 or 4, but In Time by Alexander Bracken was one that I really enjoyed. And I just really enjoyed the scope of the story, and while it was kind of like a vignette inside this much larger world, and it was not very long, and I cried at the end of it. So I think that says something for her writing and the power and how powerful that little story was. It packed a punch, so I really liked that one. The next category is Best Picture, which has been turned into Best Standalone, and this should be pretty obvious. I'm picking Vicious by V.E. Schwab. I have been relentlessly talking about this book pretty much since I've read it in January. It was amazing, and it's like the best standalone I think I've ever read. Personally, I don't want to like overhype it for people and so they don't enjoy it as much, but I just really liked this book, and I encourage everyone to read it. It was so good, so unique. It's like an anti-hero superhero book. It was awesome. And the last category is Best Documentary, which is turned into Best Historical Fiction or Nonfiction Book, and for this I'm picking The Diviners by Libba Bray. This is a 1920s paranormal book, and I just found the historical fiction aspects of it to be very accurate, very rich, and you can tell Libba Bray did a ton of research going into this book. It just felt so, to be honest, 1920s. It was just a wonderful story. Alrighty guys, there is the Bookish Academy Awards tag. Again, I will link Kayla's video down below, and I encourage everyone to do it, and I really want to see your picks, so be sure to link those down below. I suppose I will tag some people. I will tag Jenny from Jellyfy. Girl, you best be doing this. I'm going to tag I'm going to tag Cassidy Vonche, and I'm going to tag Whitney from Witty Novels. Alrighty guys, see you soon with another video. Bye!